Hello there!
Hey, how's it going?
I'm DJ Ravine.
And I'm DJCotts.
And we have a Pioneer DDJ-SZ review.
Oh, that's so wimpy. Come on, give it all you got. Go!
Yeah, so tell us about this controller, Ravine.
It's very big, as you can see. It is actually kind of crushing. It's quite heavy. About good solid 15 kilos or something like that.
Yeah,
that's really heavy.
Yep.
First full-size controller.
Yes, from Pioneer, and built really well. So it's got the solid construction of Pioneer's top-of-the-line hardware, like DJCotts and the mixers you come to expect. It's all sort of aluminium faceplate along the top here, so it's built to last.
And it's the same size as two CDJ-2000s and a Pioneer DJ-M900 Nexus.
Yes. It has a full hardware mixer, and it's the first controller that has color effects.
Yeah, and also it has an air horn.
Yeah, where is it?
There it is.
We'll be demonstrating that later.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a full oscillator. It's got like an oscillator, like a synthesizer in there, and you got some other cool effects.
All in hardware, may I add, not using Serato's effects engine. Mm-hmm. You have full-size jog wheels, as you can see here.
Yep, they also have the CDJ feeling adjustment, so you can make it tighter and looser, as you will.
Yep, and also, like the other S-Series controllers, you've got these effects pads down the bottom for sampling, hot cueing. They do rolls and all sorts of awesome stuff.
They're a little bit bigger than the SX's ones, I believe. And they're also full RGB color.
Yes.
So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Great when you're on acid. Also, it's got a maglev fader, so for all you scratch enthusiasts out there, it means non-contact, so the fader lasts for ages, and also it's super smooth. As you can see, I'm lifting it up there, and then I'm just letting it go, and then it will fall down.
Now the connectors that we have on the bottom of this unit, Mr. Ravine.
Oh, I'll get it closer. And you can explain.
All right. Don't want to drop it. You've got two USB ports right there, so basically you can do a back-to-back in the club. So you and a friend, if someone's playing already, they can come up, plug their Serato laptop in, and continue without actually having a discontinuation and playback. You've got the two microphone inputs there, one for a club and XLR mic, and one for a 5¼ mic. You've got the grounding pin for turntables, and you've got all these RCA connectors, including phonos, so you can plug in external turntables and CDJs. So as I said before, the mixer is a hardware mixer, so lots of connectivity. You have also, what's that?
Booth, I believe?
Oh, booth, yeah, you've got all the different types of booth outputs. So you've got 5¼ mil, you have RCA, and you have XLR output.
Which is very handy for the clubs.
Oh yeah, you
Big
can
systems.
pretty much connect to just about anything. So pretty much we've got a full-size mixer here, and we're going to run it through its paces. Tie not included, I must say, but it
is very nice. It does make the SZ look a lot more classy and
so handsome.
You just want to take it out to dinner.
So one thing we should mention about this is the cost of these units. At Store DJ at the time of filming, this is January 2015, they were $2,500 Australian. Put that in a bit of perspective. The Pioneer CDJ-900 Nexus is $1,500 for one CDJ. So
and remember, you need two of those, which is $3,000, plus a mixer, 4-channel mixer. I think a 700 is just about $1,000.
Yep.
750, I think.
Yep. And also, if you're looking to buy a DJM-900 mixer with the color effects, you're going to be shelling out about $1,800 to get the same mixer. So in this for $2,500, you get the hardware mixer with color effects and everything, plus you get obviously the capability with the CDs.
But you also got to remember, you don't get hardware effects with the SZ. You only get the color effects hardware. You don't get the DJM effects, which are the BPM effects, like roll and all that kind of stuff. You do get that, but it's all software within Serato, so you got completely different effects there. Personally, not as good as the inbuilt DJM.
The DJM-900 effects absolutely kill it.
They're really like good to use and very user friendly and stuff. I feel like the effects are really good on the Serato software, but you have to put a lot more time into it. And they're not just, you can't just go and press a button and it sounds awesome. You gotta really get into it. But you can buy like FX expansion packs and stuff like that on the Serato website and everything. So
yeah, and I mean, I think this sort of represents a good value for money in the fact that you are getting a hardware mixer with some effects capability. So many people use filter and
yeah, the important ones are here.
Filter. So,
yeah, filter's really good for mixing and stuff as well.
Also, in terms of effects, it is worth mentioning that this does support our Track to Scratch Pro 2. Pioneer have released the TSI mapping file for that, and the effects engine's probably really, really powerful. Or I know it is really powerful. So you can do some cool things with the effects. But obviously all those effects are processed on the computer. It's all software.
Also, you can use this with Serato Video.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can scratch and mix music videos, or just video in general. You can get memes and get those dank meme videos.
Which Mr. Ravine will be demonstrating.
Oh yeah.
So I think really the price, at first I think it seems like a lot for what is a controller, $2,500. However, if you don't have any other gear, or you're looking to upgrade, say from a Ergo or a Wego, and you really don't want to shell out the $5,000 that you need for a complete hardware setup, I think this absolutely kicks ass, and it feels like the top of the line gear, and it's built really well. What would you agree?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
It is pretty big, but that's not a bad thing. You know, it's got handles on it, you can drag it around.
Nice.
Nice.
The only problem is doesn't use stuff like Record Box. You have to use Serato or Tractor.
Yep.
So if you're a Record Box DJ, going to this is going to be a little bit weird because you're going to have to start using a computer.
Yeah. And I'd never used Serato before I used this controller.
But you do consider that most DJs these days DJs these days, they want to be a rock star. Alright, cool. But yeah, sorry, I digress. But DJs these days mostly are going to be using software anyway to start off. So most DJs these days would probably be starting off with like Serato, Tractor, or DJ or whatever. So coming to this would be the next logical step.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's your way of getting hardware to go along with the software.
Yeah.
It's just so expensive to go for like straight up dropping like $4,000 on a CDJ setup.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, it would make a lot more sense for a lot of people when they start using this stuff.
Let's go. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's check it out.
Right, so we're about to update the firmware on the SZ.
Yes, this is one thing that applies to not only just the SZ, but pretty much every DJ controller or piece of kit that you own. You should update it whenever you get new firmware because they're always fixing bugs and all that type of stuff. So to do this on the SZ, you hold the shift button over here and you press the sync button. So you hold these two buttons down and then you press the power of the unit on. And what it will do is up here, you'll see this one light blinks red on there. Now, on the computer, what you do is you just download a file from Pioneer's website. It's like a SZ update file. And once you're in this mode, you run the updater. The update program will appear. And here we see current version 1.18 with the update version at 1.2. Press start, and then it'll say updating the firmware. Really, really easy. And now it's pushing the firmware at the moment to the actual SZ controller right now. And you can see that the EQ lights are actually filling up as it's updating. Once that's done, it'll say update complete, turn the controller off, back on again. Sweet, new firmware. So definitely get to it if you haven't updated your controllers, do it.
And you can do that on any of Pioneer's controllers and also with CDJs and things like that as well.
Yeah, definitely. Can you update the Wegos?
I think you can, yeah, you can.
Yeah,
you can.
sweet.
The worst thing is when you go into a club and they've got like CDJ 900s with the original firmware from when they were released.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You try and do things on them that they didn't do back then, you kind of forget about it. So yeah. Update people!
Okay, so let's take a look at the actual Pioneer DDJ-SZ all plugged in. We've got it running Serato right now. So let's go and take a look at the deck. This is obviously a CDJ style layout. If you used a CDJ before, you can use one of these. You've got obviously your big jog wheel here, your pitch slider, and then you've got your cue and your play buttons and your track selector here. And also you've got your jog wheel feel adjuster. And that's pretty much all that's going to be in common with your CDJ. Now you've got the thing that really stands out, which is the pads right here. And these control your hot cues. And then you've also got your rolls. And then you've got something called slicer, which is like an interesting beat looper. If you can see on the camera, you can see there's a blue one that moves across, and basically that shows you where the beat is actually at in accordance with the grid. If I press one of these pads, it'll go back to that. It'll loop back to that beat. It's really interesting. You got to play around with it to actually get your mind around it. And then you've got sampler, which you can load up your different samples, and they'll play samples. But I don't have any samples loaded up right now. All right, we've also got here your effects, and these effects will run through Serato or Tractor if you're using Tractor. And you've got three different effects assignments there, and this one changes your beats, so quarter beat, half beat, etc. Now, the cool thing about the SZ is that you can assign these effects independently to your channels. So this one doesn't necessarily mean that it will control the effects on this deck. It can also control the effects on that deck, and you can actually use these effects to control that deck. You do that by this effect assignment here. As you can see, there's 1, 2 for each channel. So if I put 1 on these channels, that means this effects unit, these effects will control the effects on all those channels. And if they're lit up, that means it's on. So you can control the channels, or you can have this one controlling half of them. I don't know. It's up to you. It's very, very, very easily assignable. All right, and you also got your loop section here, and this can activate your loops. You can just do the standard Pioneer thing. You know how on CDJs you've got 2 buttons here, in and out. That's those ones there. And you can also set it to auto loop by selecting this. You can choose on the screen there how many beats or bars you want to auto loop. So if I set it to 1 and press the auto loop button, it'll loop 1 bar automatically. So that's really handy if you want to do a quick loop. Let's see, what else have we got here? Oh, you've also got your you can do your braking time. So if I press stop now, it slows down the track slowly, or you can move it to fast, and it'll be instant stop. So that's another cool one that a lot of the other controllers don't have.
Slip mode?
Slip mode, yes, we've also got slip mode. So what slip mode does is if you're playing the track, you can... Right, that also affects the Q button as well. So, so if I go slip mode and I scratch, okay, and I let go, the song will keep playing as if I didn't scratch at all. So it just keeps going. You don't actually stop the deck anymore. So even if I press stop, the track actually keeps going as if I didn't press stop. So what slip mode does is it just keeps the track going while you can do anything you want to it.
Yeah, and that's only found on the CDJ
900, 2000 Nexus, 900 Nexus, and I believe that's it. I think the SX also has it too.
Okay.
Yeah. And also you've got this. Also does you can also do virtual decking here. So basically, if you press 1, that is deck 1. You press 3. Now this becomes deck 3. So that's really handy when you're doing 4 deck mode. So this actually is technically 2 decks. I think that's it. Oh, also we've got needle search. So when I press anywhere on needle search, it'll go to that part of the track. So you press that, it goes to the end of the track. Or you can go towards the beginning of the track. It's very easy, very handy. Just be careful you don't actually bump into that, because as far as I know, you can't disable that, which is a big problem. I've actually messed up a couple of mixes with it. So, you know, get masking tape if you don't want to use it or something. Anything else we should cover on that?
Hardware mixer.
Oh, not
on the
CDJ.
CDJ.
I think that's everything now.
Yeah, that is.
Also, most important one. Come here. Zoom in. Sync.
Wait. Oh yes.
Yes.
What a shiny button that is.
Yeah, that's a very nice button right there. So you can use that if you're not super confident with your DJ, or you want to do some really crazy stuff. You know, sync is actually really good.
The quick make thing. Yeah.
You know, you can't completely not sync. So I like it when you do some crazy stuff. Just gotta get. Okay. Next, we've got the hardware mixer here. Excuse me. Now we've got our color effects there, filter. To the right, we have high pass, low pass on the left. We've also got pitch, which is an interesting one. I haven't completely found a proper use for it, but Yeah. And then you can turn the up and it turns down the pitch. Also, you got your echo. I quite like the echo because you can. So you can when you use the echo, you can actually drop the fader and it still echoes out.
Yeah.
So it doesn't cut it completely. And jet, which is like a manual flanger. So yeah, I'm Tiesto. Alright, sweet. And then we've also got this, which is the best thing ever. I don't know why they don't put on more of their mixers. It is the air horn machine.
And this is only on the SZ.
Only on the SZ. Oh, where is it? Volume. It's on that channel. We've assigned it to.
Assigned it to channel 4.
Okay, so you can actually assign this to 3, 4, or master. Let's put it on master right now. Okay. Yeah. Hip hop DJs around the world are losing their minds because this is like you don't need a load of sampling. You just go. And if you want to, you can actually play a song with this because you can. Wait. Because you can kind of like wait. I was trying to play Super Mario Brothers theme, but it was just it's not exactly to the key, but it changed the pitch.
It has actually genuinely been fun in a lot of sets to use that horn. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've also got siren. You turning this makes it the LFO go up, so it gives that chopping sound. And I've also got noise, which gives you a little bit of white noise.
Yep.
Cymbal, that reverse cymbal, that classic trance reverse cymbal, you know, when the breakdown comes in your favorite trance song and you hear that sound, you're like, you just gotta start taking off your shirt. You know? That's the best.
And that's all done in hardware.
That is all hardware.
Yeah.
So nothing to do with Serato.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if you're running Tractor.
So you can use both those effects if you have external CDJs or vinyl turntables.
Yep. And then you've also got your back to the mixer. You've got your standard mixer setup, 4 channels, cues on every single channel, and cues on your master. Don't believe there's an FX cue though. I don't think so. And you know you've got your standard 4-channel setup with your trim or gain, high, mids, and lows, color effects on every channel. What else have we got here? We've got your mic section. You can control 2 mics, not just one. So that's quite handy.
And the mic talkover I found is really cool on the SZ. It does like compression, so you can basically hear your voice over the top of the music. I think it actually does it better than the DJ-900.
I think it's so it side change your voice,
yes.
something like that. Yeah. So that's really cool. Also you can color effects on top of the mic, so that's really handy. That's
for wedding speeches when people are talking rubbish.
Yeah, you can actually make yourself sound like Darth Vader with the pitch. Mm-hmm. So that's handy. Also, this has master color effects as well.
Oh, I've never paid attention to
that either. So that's pretty cool. You don't get that on any other. You don't have that on any other the Pioneer mixes. You don't have that on 900. Do you?
Oh no, it's 750.
750?
Remember, you've just got one color.
You've only got one. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. No, you can assign that. You can assign that to channels, but you can also assign that to master.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
I stand corrected.
And then you've got your selection here. So you can actually run CD players and stuff on all these channels, or line input, or you can go to USB. Changing it to USB makes it go towards the software that you're using at the time, which happens to be Serato right now.
Yeah.
But they'll do Tractor as well. And the channels on the end can also do phono, which is turntables. What else? Oh, and also you got your USB selection. So if you're DJing with somebody else as another laptop, you press USB B and it goes to their USB. And I think that's everything for the mixer section. Oh, also you got your sweet mag crossfader. Yeah, gotta get those hectic scratches out, man. Just gotta go. Gotta show everybody what's all about. I suck. There's yeah. But you've also got your crossfader curve here. I've got on sharp. You can chuck that on fade if you want to. Also, oh wait, this doesn't do it.
This doesn't press in.
This doesn't press in like the SX. Sorry, I thought it did.
Also, 2 headphone ports.
Why don't more decks use this?
I don't know.
That is really handy when you're doing back-to-back sets.
Yes, definitely.
Super handy.
Or you're teaching someone how to DJ and you want them to listen to you beat mashing. Tom Budden and Ravine Bandcamp, everyone. So Mr. Ravine has already demonstrated to you some of the functions of this pad, the roll, the slicer, and a little bit of the sampler stuff. I'm going to show you the hot cues. They're actually my favorite thing on this entire unit. Unlike the CDJs, you get 8 buttons and assignable hot cues. And it's really easy to do sort of live mashups and edits of tune. One thing I've got here is a Zach Waters remix of a tune by Ravine and Bobby Neo called Wave Runner. And the breakdown of it goes something like this. So if I wanted to change that around, I can really quickly on the fly assign hot cues to each one of those notes in the tune. So basically all I do is come up to it, hold the platter, hit a button where I want it to assign that cue point, go forward to the next note, press another button, go forward to the next note, press another button, and I can play it differently. We'll do that for some of the other notes in this tune right here. We'll just go through. Now, I haven't even listened to it, so now I've got heaps of notes that I can actually play. One thing which Ravine actually taught me, which sounds really cool, is if you put a little bit of a reverb on effect on this actual channel, it just gives it a little bit more space and doesn't sound when you let go of this button after you play the sample, it just cuts off, so it sounds really fluid. So now I can play a different tune. And actually mix that up on the fly. And that wasn't hard to do. You don't need any sort of production knowledge or anything like that. You just basically work a unit and do sort of live remixes and mashups. And they're really responsive too. Actually, one thing I just realized as well, if you save these cue points in this tune, Serato will remember them. So whenever you drop in this track, again in the future into your Serato library, these hot cue points will automatically be recalled and you'll be able to play that. So basically, once you've set this all up, you've actually can build an entire sort of live mashup set.
Alright, so let's go take a look deeper into the effects that you can get. Now, you've got your standard effects that come with it, like, your low pass filter, delay, reverb, echo, flanger, all that kind of stuff. That's all listed here. And then there's a nice big button here that says Get More Effects. And you click on that, and you can get more effects. You've got all of your... Okay, thanks, Serato. You click expansion packs and then you can download some more effects. So they've got some other packs you can get. The backpack effects, which gives you tape echo, looper, time stretch, spiral echo, auto filter, chip pack effects, spiral filter again, pitch delay, whatever. They also sell some pack that gives you all of them.
Are there any packs that you particularly recommend?
I recommend the free one, which is the wolf pack.
Is that just because it's free?
Yeah, it's because it's free. But it also has this one that they have in there called Epic Verb Drop, which is super sick. It's like, gives out this really cool effect as you drop the fader. It's like, it just echoes out and everything. It sounds really cool. But besides that, you can also get a couple other things, like Pitch and Time, which is it's literally the best master tempo I've ever heard. You chuck that down to like minus or plus 50, still sounds really good. So what master tempo does is it keeps the pitch of the song locked. So instead of, normally when you slow down a song, lower the pitch, it goes from sounding like a normal person to Darth Vader. But with pitch lock, it keeps that normal kind of sound going, the normal pitch. And pitch and time is a super high quality master tempo, but it costs 29 bucks. And you've also got Serato Flip, which lets you do a lot of these really cool edits and cuts. You can do that beforehand. Basically, you set cue points and stuff. So say you on one track, okay, you set cue points so you can make it play in a different way. So I use it, for example, when I have a song that I like the second drop better than the first one. You can make it so that when it hits the first drop of the song, instead of playing the first drop, it'll play a cue point which you would have set to the second drop. So instead of playing the first drop, it plays the second drop instead. It's pretty cool. You can do some really cool like edits and mashups and stuff like that with it. It's really sick. But yeah, aside from that, that's pretty much it. If you didn't have Serato Video, it would appear here as well. Alright, sweet. So now this is Serato DJ and Serato Video. Now we're going to talk mostly about Serato Video. Serato Video runs inside Serato DJ as a plugin. Serato DJ, however, is not a free software, but it comes free with the SX or SZ. Serato Video also is not free software, but it also comes free with the SZ. So cool for you guys with an SZ. Now, basically, what Serato Video is, it's a software plugin in Serato DJ which allows you to mix video as well. Now, we've just got Gamma on the 1s and 2s, pulling out a cool set, and we've also got Charlie bit my finger. Okay, and basically I've got it set onto a instant cut, so it's called the scratch effect with the crossfader. You can assign different effects to the crossfader, and the crossfader it'll activate the effect and fade between the two videos. So right now I've just got instant fade, so basically it just, when I move that a little bit, it'll just go to the next video. But you can also go for different things here. So if we come up here, I'll show you, we've got like grid fade. So if I move it over, it fades like that. Oh, we've got, let's see, what else have we got? We've got star white? We don't have star white, damn. Okay, let's go spin H, and that goes a little spin. Oh, look at that, that's pretty cool.
That's as you move the crossfader.
That's when I move the crossfader, so that does it. Woo! And yeah, it's almost like no latency, it's pretty sick.
Yep.
And
awesome.
then you can also scratch with that. That's pretty cool. Also, you can do effects with the individual channels as well. So we've got this on the up. We can got this kaleidoscope effect. Turn that on, and it does some weird stuff. Let's see what else. We can just turn that up there. You can see there's some crazy stuff there, and then we can link that to the up fader. Let's see. Let's pick a. Wait, how do you link this to the up fader? Is that it?
Yeah, that just controls that links the brightness.
It just links the brightness. Some of the other ones do some different things, I think. So you can have like, what is this? Some 3D thing. I don't know, there's so many effects here, it's so weird. So this gives you like that kind of fake 3D kind of look. Yeah, but there's a lot of them. You can really go through and play with them all. But most importantly, of course, is the whole scratching effect of the fades and the mixing. I mean, it's really cool to mix video and scratch video.
Nice.
Alright, sweet, so that was the DDJ-SZ. That's a pretty concise review, I would say.
Definitely.
Now let's wrap things up with the most important question. Would you buy one?
That is an interesting question to pose, because at $2,500 I think this represents really good value for money. It's built really solidly, and as we mentioned before, it is the best controller you can get on the market, the best built controller. However, when I started DJing a long time ago, I was buying some hardware. I bought CDJs. I spent about $3,000 on CDJs. And the hardware for me is really, really nice to use. And because I already have existing hardware gear and CDJ 2000s, I wouldn't feel the need to obviously buy this. But that's not to say that I don't really, really like it.
Well, for me, because I started with Serato and turntables, I started purely digital. So I didn't really start off, playing vinyl or anything like that. I mean, I had vinyl, but it was pretty much just control records. I bought some vinyl as well, but I mainly DJ digital, which is through Serato. This would be a great upgrade for me. Instead of buying CD players, I could buy something like this, which, it looks just like CD players, does exactly the same functions of CD players, but you also get this sick mix with it as well. So it's a good upgrade if you're already using software, but for someone like yourself, where you already had a substantial, CD, vinyl collection, everything like that, it's a lot more harder to transition to something that's purely software. 2.5 thumbs out of 3.
Wow, that's very specific.
Yeah. Can you give me half a thumb? That'll do.
See ya.